some daytime shots of the Ghats. Let's do it. We had all the weather this day. Warm sun breaking through scattered clouds, dark gloomy clouds, and even periods of heavy rain. We got as many day shots as we could, but the darkness came and brought the beautiful ceremony and distinct visuals that Varanasi is renowned for, and we're not complaining one bit. With the sun starting to disappear behind the alternately dry and muddy banks of the river Ganges, we made our way to the first open cremation spot. Adherents to Hinduism believe that being cremated at this holy place means that you become removed from the cycle of reincarnation and can enter Svarga, which is a similar concept to heaven. We've watched at a respectful distance from Lali Ghat cremations taking place. We saw two bodies carried down to the edge of the Ganges here, wrapped in white cloth and adorned with flowers and other decorations. And there's big fire pits brewing just over here, and then down here is where they're preparing for some people to go to ultimate enlightenment. So it looks like from a distance here, all I can really tell is that it's possible they've unwrapped them and then they placed them atop the pile. Hindus believe that the river is the literal body of the goddess Ganga, who comes to earth to purify souls and release them from samsara, the endless cycle of death and rebirth. We're sort of over here and back here as well. There are folks preparing to say a final goodbye to their loved ones. It's one of the holiest places of India, or if not considered the holiest place in India. Ceremonies called Ganga Aarti occur daily in a number of the ghats, performed by Hindu priests, always at dusk. The ceremony includes bell ringing, conch blowing, chanting, clapping, and elaborate gift-giving processes to the river. The gifts are given in the form of light or fire and occur in a series of 7 forms. Hundreds of boats and thousands of people gather to witness the intriguing centuries-old tradition here every day. Here are flowers, burning cloves, burning mace, and duped incense.
Varanasi applauding his lungs of steel. He's been blowing that forever.
These shots are leading up to the Manikarnika Ghat, where the bulk of the open cremations that continue non-stop 24 hours a day occur. Hindu people believe that this is where the heavens and earth meet, and this is an ideal spot to send their loved ones on to the next part of their spiritual journey, once they have been released from their bodies via cleansing holy fire. Just behind these folks, behind the corrugated steel wall, is the main cremation area. It is quite astounding and impactful to see these rituals of death and living meet in this meaningful way. Ratneshwar temple has a 9-degree slant, as it has been slowly sinking into the river for some time, and is a fair ways below the waterline except for short periods in the summer. It is a temple dedicated to Shiva, and is among the most famous Hindu temples there are. Thank you. We did some market walking and found an enterprising young business person to grab some tasty food from. Everything he serves happens to be vegan if you remind him not to add mayo at the end.
Momo's Corner. And it's not a lie, here is a corner, and there are momos. This is veg roll. Veg roll. Vegan options, just make sure you say no mayo. So it's a fried little veg roll from the streets, and with a bit of onion. Really delicious, crispy and spicy. It's got cabbage and soybean on the inside, rolls of dough, and very, very nice. Great texture. It's definitely hot with chili and chili sauce, and everything here is a tiny bit spicy. Once again, it's called Momo's Corner in Varanasi, and it's by SS Kashari General Store near Baba Bojnalaya, since those are major landmarks that everyone knows. So a little bit more backstory. That's Tolu. Tolu is 18 and has had his Momo and veg roll business for just 2 months, but already tastes like a seasoned expert. Good business, nice, soft-spoken guy. So let's try the fried momos. So these are quite unique. They're filled with mashed soybean, And it's done with ginger, a little really unique filling for a momo. I haven't had that anywhere. They're truly quite good. The veg roll is 25 and an order of momos is 30. 50 cents an order Canadian. I've been seeing this thing around and it's like a portable stage, all lit up, just blasting music. I think they might use it for weddings.
Varanasi isn't just a destination for end-of-life services. It is also a major wedding ceremony destination. And those weddings are boisterous and jangly and fun and full of amazing lights and elaborate decor. This is just one part of a street procession. Indian weddings generally go on for days.
It's a wedding procession!
The next morning, we set out to visit a major temple site near another sacred site on the ghats of Varanasi. I was enthralled by the winding walk deeper and deeper through tangled streets and mismatched stacks of apartments, but we were also starting to get up and get down with the sickness, so we had to cut out early so we didn't diggy die.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. The lineup for the temple is so long and so crowded, and I'm not really feeling it today, so we'll try to come back.
When we partially recovered over 2 days later, we tried to use our last bit of time to see a few more sites of all these amazing places. Many other places were covered by us, but many had no filming policies like many holy Hindu places.
And where next? Just go straight to it? So Varanasi is a very busy, you like that? We've been down the last couple of days with what turned out to be just a medium version of food poisoning, but it took us out for 2 nights and most of 2 other days. So we are headed back for one last little peep at the ghats before we head on to Lucknow. Didn't spend as much time exploring Varanasi as we wanted to, but still an awesome visit. Seeing the ghats was actually one of the highlights of the trip so far. I can't fully put it into the words why, but it's mostly just feeling the relevance and the significance of the place. We did see the possibly infamous but also usual processing of bodies, cremations. This was actually fairly noble seeming and had quite a mechanized sort of procession to it. So it was very interesting to see that. And now we're just walking down toward the ghats and trying to get a little bit more northward of where we've been previously when we've been exploring. So here's the last few bonus shots of the ghats before we take off and head on an overnight train to Lucknow.
Another speed walk through a tangle of streets and alleys. This is one of the most charming and interesting things about Indian living. Seeing these stacked up abodes and experiencing the close quarters and feeling of tight-knittedness in these communities. Their walls with murals, decorations, and handicrafts adorn so many of the surfaces, and it is a true joy to be here.
Let's take a wide way around the cow. Guinea pigs on the floor. Just chilling. Cool.
Rồi trước lòng đi.
This stroll you can take for a good bunch of kilometers, small smattering of kilometers, is pretty interesting because it changes levels a fair amount. We've got this one down there. You can head down closer to the water. Some of the staircases go right in the water. Some of them transition to other platforms. So you've got like there and then up there. Sometimes kids are playing cricket on the higher ones. Just staircases all over, and all kind of loosely linked together.
There goes a cricket ball.
There goes a cricket ball in the future now. It's gonna hit that. Oh, not in the water this time. But yeah, basically it looks like separate ones were all built and slowly linked together. Very, very cool. When you think of India and the image, when you think of the India you know from the images you've seen, this is definitely the place where you've seen a ton of the images, for sure. I recognize so many different things here. I don't know if it's going to show anything or not, but there are some folks down there who are righteously bendy. These appear to be young guys, and they are really flexible. They're doing all sorts of contortionist poses, and oh my god, that boy just bent his leg backwards into his hip crease and is now standing on one outstretched leg. What in the heck? That's bananas. Which must be the resting shape of his spine. Wowzers. He's walking down onto his own head now. And he's just hanging there. Just hanging there. Wow, incredible. Are they all gonna do it? Okay, this guy has, oh geez. Wowzers. Making the trapezoid shaped, rhomboid shaped flame now the shape of a flame. Wowzers.
What holy, sacred place in India would be complete without some sort of gathering area geared at small children that also has some questionable safety practices by North American standards? Look out for the train!
There's a lot of just random stuff driving around. I'm not trying to make light of it. I'm just saying, like, another one of those sort of Indian safety issues, I guess. Kids are looking like they're having a joyride, but there's stuff hanging down, and there's lots of people around. Oh, India, I'm sure you know what you're doing. Okay. Well, now I know why all the Indian people that live right here in this area have super nice butts. Just kidding, I'm not looking, but you probably would with all those stairs.
Leaving Varanasi was a tough thing to do, but our overnight train was on time for once, and we had to take some final glimpses of this moving place and promise ourselves we would return one day. So, one more speed run through these labyrinth-like streets to make some final memories was all that was left. chaotic noise of the rickshaw, I contemplated all I had seen and reflected on how this was truly a beautiful, strange, memorable, sacred place. For Vegan Everywhere, I'm David.